Hello little daisies, welcome back to the start of another video. If you haven't been here before, my name is Vitoria. I'm the owner and founder of the Little Daisy, a jewelry and giftware shop here in Wangaratta. And I bring you guys along in these videos to kind of show you guys the behind the scenes of what it's like being a small business owner. And lately I have been trying to bring myself to get back into polymer clay making, because if you guys have not seen me before, I've been making polymer clay earrings for the past 4 years, and this year we have opened up our very first physical store. So with everything that's been going on with that, I've kind of put polymer clay into the back burner and I haven't really focused on it lately, but I'm going to try and bring back my excitement and my creativity for it today, because I have a very exciting video. I kind of had an idea of what I could do to get the creative juices flowing so that I can get in the habit of making some polymer clay stuff again. And I kind of came up with the idea of letting you guys decide. So over on Instagram, I posted a bunch of stories and I let you guys guide me and decide what I'm going to be making today. So I'm going to be going over every single one of your answers and what was voted the most in the polls, and I'm going to let that guide me, and then you guys will have made the product with me. It's not necessarily earrings, so we'll see what you guys decided and voted on, and we'll go from there. And I'm really excited to do something a little bit different like this, because it kind of takes the pressure off and it makes it a little bit more fun. So let's get on with seeing what the results were and what you guys voted on. So let's get going. All right guys, let's get started with the results. So as of 9:23 this morning, this is what you guys voted on. So the very first question I posted on my stories was what kind of product I should make. And this one, there was a very clear winner. So it was in between earrings, hair clips, keychains, and trinket trays. And the clear winner was earrings. So that's what we're going to be making today, earrings. And then the second question I asked is, should I be restocking something that I've made before? Should I reimagine or redesign something that I've done in the past and make it new? Or should I make something brand new? And this one, there was also a very, very clear winner, which is make something completely new. So that's what we're going to be doing today. The next thing I asked is if you guys thought I should make something super intricate or a little bit more detailed, or if I should do something a little bit more minimalist and simple. And you guys voted for the intricate and detailed. So that's what we're going to be making today. And then next I asked you guys what color the piece should be. So this one, there was kind of like a neck and neck, and it was very last minute that it actually turned very slightly. I think it might have been 1 or 2 votes difference. And the options were bright bold colors, earthy colors, or pastels. And the winner by a fraction was earthy colors. So we're going to be working with that today. The next one was if you did pick earrings, what size you think the earrings should be. The options were big, bold statement dangles, small and delicate dangles, large studs, or small, delicate studs. And the winner was small, delicate dangles. So a little bit of a challenge here, I think. We'll see what I come up with. And finally, the last one was what should the theme be, or should there be a theme for the piece that I'm making today? And there was actually a tie for this one. The options were nature or cottagecore inspired, bookish inspired, retro inspired, or surprise me. I put a suggestion box at the bottom and people could suggest different themes, and then I would have picked from that. But there was a tie in between the nature or cottagecore inspired and the bookish inspired. So I think that is kind of good because it gives me a few options to work from and see what I can really come up with in case I get stuck with one or the other. I can kind of work with both and then see what I come up with. So those are the options that you guys chose. So these are the options that you guys chose. This is the final tally here. So this is what my earrings will be. I'm really excited to get working on it. So let's go. So I think the very first thing I'm going to do now is maybe search Pinterest for some inspiration, some color combinations, and just see what comes up, what gets my imagination, my creativity going. And yeah, let's see. I might kind of sketch some designs, some initial designs, and I'll get back to you guys when I have a little bit more of an idea of what I want to do. Okay guys, let me walk you through the little Pinterest board that I've made for the cottagecore option. So I kind of started with home inspirations, actual photos, and then quickly kind of moved into cottagecore like illustrations, which I do often find that gives me a lot of inspiration because of the colors and everything. And I feel like I can really use it as a way to have ideas for my earrings much more than like photos would. It just gives me a lot clearer idea of like patterns and stuff like that. So you can see that I very quickly moved into the illustration kind of area, and also kind of looking at some really cute characters here. Like a lot of ducks will be featured. I think a lot of like gingham, a lot of ducks. I'm trying to keep to the earthy colors, but if I found something that didn't really fit but I could get inspiration for other things, I did keep it on as well. And a lot of very soft flowery details. I think that's something that I might like to incorporate. And then from like the illustration, I started going into patterns, and that gave me a lot of inspiration, kind of like layering, or even like a kind of patchwork type design. That was a really cool idea, and I thought maybe I could make like a slab and then cut out different pieces from it. So yeah, all these patterns are giving me a lot of ideas. Again, a lot of very delicate little flowers. The colors are not like super earthy here, but it's just to give me some idea of shapes, like a lot of oval shapes with flowers in them, or like a kind of patchwork kind of tile design. What do you guys think? It's a little bit chaotic at the moment, but I kind of am seeing something. I'm seeing the vision. I really liked this pattern as well, which is just kind of like a lot of different things put together. And I thought that would be cool rather than kind of like a repeating pattern. Do a little bit more random. But yeah, I'm loving the ducks with some kind of pattern, the kind of patchwork design. So yeah, it's giving me some ideas, which is really good. And now I might go into researching some of the bookish stuff, which I feel like the cottagecore and the bookish themes are very connected anyway. Like when I was researching, I found a lot of book stuff with the cottagecore, so I feel like it might end up being kind of maybe a combination of both of those things, like a bookish cottagecore vibe. So I'll do some research now for the books and see if I come up with maybe a completely new idea, but if not, then we might kind of try to incorporate both, or kind of keep to the cottagecore theme. So let's go. Okay, so this one is interesting. I kind of started in one direction. I kind of really liked this pattern here, and that kind of sort of leaned me into maybe like a dark academia kind of theme, but I know that's not exactly the theme, so I kind of kept looking and went straight into patterns. I don't know, this is giving me like autumn vibes, cozy vibes. I don't know if it's necessarily bookish vibes, but it's giving me something. There's a lot of patterns here, a lot of browns, and I'm liking it. I'm getting the vibe again with the patchwork themes here. And yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards darker colors in this one. So I'm kind of interested to see how they go together, because my the other one, the cottagecore, was a lot brighter. Look at this. So would it be cool to maybe do like maybe like a day and night version, like this, like they would be sisters kind of thing, like two different pairs, like a light and a dark one? I don't know, I'm kind of just thinking as I'm talking to you guys, but like I feel like they kind of would work. They would look good together. What do you think? Interesting. Okay, so I think from this, what I might do is maybe select 2 or 3 of my favorite pins and just really use that as inspiration to maybe start doing some sketches and go from there, I guess. Let's see how this goes. I have no idea where it's gonna go, but let's try. Okay guys, so I think I've decided I will be doing 2 pairs. Well, I mean, we'll see how it goes. We'll start on one and see how it goes, but I would love to do 2 pairs. A light, vibrant, natural inspired cottagecore version and a dark academia sort of bookish inspired one. So I've made mood boards for both of them and I'll show you guys like my favorite ideas for it. So this is for the darker academia one. They are very much just a light and dark cottagecore really, because I feel like a lot of the elements intertwine. But these are the colors that I'm thinking of doing. Very dark backgrounds, so like blacks or dark greens, dark reds, dark blues, and then cream accents, dark red accents. And I'm gonna try to do the patchwork design that I was kind of talking to you guys about. I have to check what cutters and stuff I have, like that'll be the next step, but that's the idea. And I'm sure I'll be able to find a cutter that will work for both of these. So this is the darker version, and then this is the lighter cottagecore fun nature inspired one. And I think there's some lovely little elements here, a lot more pastel colors, a lot more smaller feminine details, and colors are like kind of pastel greens, creams, yellows, a little bit of pinks, a little bit of reds for details. So I'm really excited. I think they turned out really good. And this was actually really fun to do. I think it definitely got my creativity going, and I'm excited to see if the finished product actually looks like what I imagine in my head. I have to keep in mind that we are making a small, delicate dangle, so I'm gonna have to keep the overall shape in mind so that I don't go over too much in size, like because I'm doing the patchwork design. I'll have to do some sort of slab for it, and I want to make sure that I don't then make an earring that's too big. So I might decide on the shape of it as well as the shape of the little tile or the little patchworks. So yeah, that's the next step. Let's go have a look through my cutters and decide what we're going to be using. Let's go. These are the little tile shapes that I have that I think might work to do like a pattern of the same one over and over again. So I'm going to test them out now and see which one looks the best. Okay, so I decided which cutter I'm going to be using, and I decided on this one. There was another one that fit a little bit better, and it was this one that like kind of like a honeycomb shape, but this one I feel is more kind of whimsical and it fits more in the theme. So I'm going to try to make it work, even though it doesn't like completely fit in there. I'm going to try my best to make it work because I really like it. Now my next thing that I need to decide before I keep going is what shape the final design is going to be, because I need to know like the size and, you know, if it's going to fit okay or if I need to make any changes. So I'm going to play around and see something like this will probably be a bit too small and you won't be able to see all the patterns. I don't know exactly what size would be considered a small dangle compared to a large dangle, so I'm gonna play around with some sizes because I want to have that decided before I start making it. I'm gonna play around with that now and decide what I'm gonna do next. I'm a little bit frustrated at the moment because that's kind of the sample that I had, but once I decided to put the colors in, I thought it looks a bit weird, and because the color blocks of the colors, and I can't really do any other color combination, I don't think. So I'm kind of thinking that this cutter is just a bit too big, and I just needed like a little square, I think. I kind of just made this very rushed little sample, but I think something a little bit smaller like this, where I can do quite a few more tiles, might be more ideal, or even like without the border, which sucks a little bit because I don't have a square cutter this size, so I'm gonna have to cut them by hand, which is gonna be a little bit of a pain, but I do think it might be worth it. I think it will look so much better. I'm glad I'm like doing all this first before doing all the details, because this is the part that takes the longest, figuring out the new design. And I think, yeah, once I do that, everything else should fall into place a lot easier, but we'll see. I feel like, yeah, having more on there makes more sense. I might do the same thing but with the colors, just to see if what I'm thinking will work once I put the colors in. So let's do that. That'll be the next thing. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I am very frustrated right now. Quite a few of the things that I've tried didn't really work, which sucks, and I forgot how much trial and error every single piece takes, especially some really detailed pieces like this, and I really wanted to do the best I could with something like this. I was struggling to find the right size cutter, so I kind of did my own, and it looks okay. I'm not really happy with it. I just kind of made a little like mini sample and started putting things on it, but I'm still not super happy with it. I don't know if I don't like that it's just two colors and maybe it should be more colors. I don't know, probably take a break now and come back to it either later today or tomorrow. So hang in there with me, guys, and we will get this finished eventually. But yeah, I feel like I just need to have a little break right now. So I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, guys, I'm back. It's still the same day. It's way darker now. I'm really sorry about that, but hopefully you can see okay. I think I realized a few things that were wrong and how I can fix them. So that's good. It was good to have a break. First of all, I think the yellow is not really working for me here, so I'm going to change that. And second of all, I think the problem is also with the direction. Like, I wanted to do these kind of diamonds, but I think that's not looking very good, so I'm going to flip it so that it's just like a checkered pattern, and I think that should look much better. We'll see. And I also got this little grid kind of cutter thing that I have to be able to cut the squares a little bit more evenly. They are a lot smaller than what I was doing before, but hopefully it'll be okay. So something else that we need to test out. So let's keep going. I think I'm going to try either a green or a light blue here, and we'll see how it goes. You guys, we did it. We did it. These are the final pairs. I showed you guys in a lot more detail up close, but I'm really happy with them. I'm really proud of how they turned out. They're freaking adorable. They turned out a little bit different than what I had in mind, but you know, the idea evolved as I was able to do things or not able to do things. I got a little bit frustrated, as you guys saw, because I kind of had a vision and it was not working out. My vision wasn't coming through in the clay, and that was frustrating. But in the end, I think I found somewhat what I was looking for, and I'm really happy. It's like, I think they're more just kind of a light and dark cottagecore vibe rather than one being bookish and one being cottagecore, but I don't hate it. I'm happy. I'm really happy with them. I think they look freaking adorable, right? Let me know which ones you guys like the most. Yeah, really happy. This is really fun, interesting idea to do. Definitely got the creative juices flowing, that's for sure. I wish I had given myself a little bit more time. I kind of filmed this over 2 days and I didn't really think it was going to take me that long, but then the pieces turned out to be really detailed in the end. So I wish I didn't have so much of a time constraint, but I think I might do something like this again. This is really fun. I think once I show everyone on Instagram what the final results are, I think you guys will really maybe get into this and want to do some more. So I'll see how that goes. If you guys liked this video, let me know and I can make some more. But yeah, I think I'm actually leaning towards the darker cottagecore one. I think that one is my favorite. But please let me know in the comments which one you think was your favorite. Which one did you like the most and why? I'd like to know. And do you think it kind of went with the vibe, like with the kind of patchwork vibe that I was going for? I'd love to know what you guys think of the final products. But otherwise, yeah, I think this might be the end of the video. I loved hanging out with you guys and doing something a little bit different and going back to my polymer clay roots. And yeah, hopefully we can do this again, hopefully with a little bit more time next time. But until the next one, I'll see you then. Bye.